Hi, I'm Laura Geis. Welcome back to week 10 in the God Success Secrets video series. This week's success secret says, take action. Now we're not going to spend a lot of time talking today because when this video is through, that's exactly what I want you to do. Take action. First, I have a story for you about someone who took action maybe a little too soon. The other day I was taking a walk and I live near this quaint little German town, and there's a convent there and there's a cemetery. So I was strolling through this cemetery and I was glancing at the tombstones, and I noticed one that really took me aback for a minute. It was for a couple and the husband had passed away, so they had his birth year and his death year engraved on the tombstone. And then they had the wife's name, but she obviously had not passed away yet. They had her birth year, but not the death year. But in anticipation of that date, someone had engraved 19 and then blank, waiting to find out what year this woman was going to die. But the problem with that was that the century had turned and we were now in 2013, so the 19 wasn't going to cut it any longer. So that tombstone just made me stop and pause for a minute. But I had someone this week ask me if I were to write my own epitaph, or what I wanted written on my tombstone, what would I want to be remembered for? So I thought that might be something for us to consider today. And I don't want you to write your own epitaph, but I do want you to get out your journal. And if you don't have one, remember you can log on to www.godsuccesssecrets.com and you can download a free one. Turn to week 10 and jot down 3 adjectives that you would want people to use to describe you. This would be your ideal self, how you would want to be portrayed to other people. If you were to ask 10 of your friends or family members, how would they describe you? These are the 3 words you would want them to use. And as I was thinking about it, my 3 words were generous, exceptional, and by exceptional I mean that I always do more than what's expected, and humble. So those would be the 3 words I would want people to use to describe me. So take just a minute and think about the 3 words you would want people to use to describe you. Now, how can you assure that when it's time for you to have a headstone, that these are the 3 words that people will use to describe you? How will you know that this is how you're going to be remembered? Well, I want to suggest to you today that intentions are not what people are remembered for, but they are remembered for actions. Remember, our success secret is take action. So if you think about it, think about some famous people, and what are they known for? It's not for intentions or things they could have done or might have done or wish they had done, but they are known for things that they did, that they accomplished. So think about Abraham Lincoln. What is he known for? Well, he's known for holding the country together during the Civil War. Someone might say he's known for freeing the slaves. But all these things are actions that he took, something that he accomplished in his lifetime. And that's how we remember Abraham Lincoln. And then on the other hand, John Wilkes Booth. What's he famous for? He's famous for assassinating President Lincoln. So he is known by that action that he took. And if you think, I live in Indiana, big basketball capital of the world, I guess. And Larry Bird is one of our most famous basketball players. My son just loves Larry Bird. He comes from Indiana. And he is known as what? A great basketball player, right? He is known for some kind of action that he took. So all of these people were known not for their intentions, but for the actions that they took in their lifetimes. And our verse today comes from James chapter 2, verse 17, and it says, "In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead." So all these adjectives that you want people to use to describe you, if you don't put some action to that, it's going to be like it's dead, that those won't exist. So if I look at my list, and this is what I'd like you to do in your journal today, you've listed those 3 adjectives, then what kind of actions do you need to take that would allow people to describe you as those adjectives? For example, generous is one of mine. So if I want to be described as generous, I need to get out and do some generous acts. I need to fix a meal for a new mother, or donate some money to a cause, or just do something where I'm actually doing an action that's causing me to be generous. Exceptional. If I want people to describe me as exceptional, then whatever I'm doing, whether it's cleaning the church or teaching a Sunday school class or fixing a meal for my family or driving kids around, I need to do more than what's expected of me. I need to always go the extra mile so that people will describe me as exceptional. And humble, well, if I'm humble, I'm obviously not going to go around bragging about myself, but humbleness is a kind of action where we're going to remain quiet, and I guess that can be an action in itself. So I want you to take a look at the 3 adjectives you wrote down, and what are some actions you need to take so that those words really will describe you. And then, of course, the final step today is to turn off this video and get out and do some of those actions, because in order to be successful, we need to take action. So get out there, take action, and I'll see you next time.